Sure.
Welcome to the Augmentation of Man with Kent and Renee Miller.
I'm Kent. That's
I'm Renee. We are married. Kent is
So,
a channeler, and he has brought forth these lessons from mostly the ancients and entities of higher realms of
yeah,
understanding.
this the second book that we put together has to do with the acquiescence of humanity, and this taken from the end of the book itself
In the afterword.
and the afterwards. And so, right now we're going to discuss the afterwards.
These are changes that are coming to Earth and humanity, but it goes beyond that. It goes into the whole universe is changing and transforming.
It's changing rapidly, as most of you know. The changes are upon us. When this was written in this book, the changes hadn't quite begun, but now we are on
We're in the
the
midst
middle
of
of it.
it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's go
And you
ahead and
can
read.
find both of our books that we've published with these channeled lessons and more on Amazon. And it's not under our names, it's under the ancients
The
and
augmentation man.
yeah, but the authors are the ancients and professors of higher realms of understanding.
And with that, we're going to now read what it says in the book itself, and then we can discuss um, the meaning of some of it. If you don't quite understand, this is
We're going into a little more detail.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it is with great excitement that we bring this new, and it was new at the time, but now many of you already know what's happening to understanding to you.
Humanity is on the cusp of a diametrical overhaul. We live in pivotal times, and we have much to look forward to, but there's a lot of changes ahead of us.
Yeah, it is a great movement, bringing humanity to a higher genetic expression, a new peace through a greater understanding, and a new and exceptional desire for learning.
It is one in which we will once again be in harmony with the earth, and one where we will finally meet our star brothers and sisters who are arriving as we speak.
Yeah, our desire of the material world as it is right now will be replaced with a desire to learn about all that is. A new thought process will occupy our minds, and a new conceptual understanding will be developed, allowing a full panoramic view of all that we see.
We're being wakened from within. It is our transformation with the realization of our true higher self, that which holds the key to who we are in all of time and where we are going.
Now, all events that are currently unfolding, which are many, have purpose and are designed to lead us through a new conscious evolution.
But it is going to be a rocky one, filled with a lot of chaos, uncertainty, and that leaves one in doubt that the entirety of creation is moving upward in vibration and growing in consciousness.
Yeah. Don't live in doubt. This is information that used to move forward. But out of the chaos, humanity will reach out to our Creator, reconnecting with our soul and our true purpose of why we're here.
So even in the chaos and the
More
devastation, and when we reach out to the Creator, we have that reconnection with our soul. So it is a good thing that it arises out of something negative. We will also see a more perfect truth, more aligned to the universal truth.
Yeah. And truths on earth are coming out. The truth on the cosmos will begin to come out. So our expanding consciousness and that of the universe is mandated by universal law. We've discussed this before. And the survival of any race is dependent on its ability to move forward within the directive set forth by our Creator.
So what that means is that if we don't evolve, our species will be subject to
Being replaced,
extinction. Extinction is really the word.
being replaced by another species of another kind.
It is imperative that we make our conscious shift for the continuance of our species then.
We must now be responsible for our own enlightenment through research and study and through reflection and contemplation. We've told people over and over, you have to do your own research and study to see the truth.
And, you know, our conscious evolution does not happen by osmosis. It requires work. So I think everyone needs to understand that if you are going to have that conscious evolution, that you need to be able to put in the time. Surrendering to the flow of communication, which is the light that we hear about, we will find amazement in a new world within to explore.
Our world is changing, and you can see that right now. You are involved in the changes of this world. Earth is rebalancing, and that is coming. It's going to get a lot
Amp
worse.
up.
And a wondrous paradigm will arise out of what was left behind.
Also, a new genetic expression is coming to not only humanity, but all life forms on the earth that will survive these changes. The result of a magnitude of changes that impact our DNA starts within the atmosphere and atmospheric gases and will lead humanity into the next cycle, prepared for the new conceptual learning to come.
So observe the children now being born. And we've had many comments from different people. Look how intelligent these newborn children are. Their intellect and talents will leave one speechless, and it has. They will lead humanity into a new world of inquisitiveness, understanding, and psychic abilities beyond what we can now imagine.
Zoom.
Earth crossing the galactic meridian, which we have done, and we are already in the crossing, causing a rebalancing. That will come when we totally cross the meridian that we're trying to cross now. That's when the planets lined up and these different things, these events are happening within the cosmos that you hear about in the news and etc. And it's causing this rebalancing.
So the rebalancing of Earth.
Yeah, the whole universe is going through a transformation. The orbit changes of the planets within our system. And in fact, it's on the cosmos that is changing, not just Earth. Mankind is being upgraded. Not all of mankind, but most of mankind is being upgraded. We are in the calm before the storm. Take that for what it says. We are in the calm.
And this is not our words. This is actually the words of our spiritual guides.
Before the storm, it's going to get a lot tougher. Things are going to get really chaotic before a new vibration takes hold. Here's what to expect.
Okay, so we've talked about this for years. We're going to be going through major Earth changes. The axis is going to change, shift to nearly zero. The orbit will change and be slightly closer to the sun. It will get hotter. That will ease up after a couple hundred years to a cooler climate once Earth settles into that new orbit. And then a new vibration is coming in, changing the Earth's vibration, and we will have to work at bringing ourselves up to mirror that new vibration.
Yeah. So humanity, genetic upgrades will occur with atmospheric changes. This will enable humanity to withstand a much warmer planet. It will also turn on genes that have not been expressed, allowing us to think conceptually. Our thinking process 4 times that we have now. It will enable humanity to communicate telepathically. These changes will allow us to communicate with the extraterrestrials that have been and are now arriving to assist with these changes. We have to be neurochemically upgraded to be able to process more information faster and be able to think conceptually.
So another thing that has to occur is that the truth has to come out, and it is coming out now. It was in small drips before. Now it's just like overwhelming. It's almost hard to keep up with the news that is being revealed now. But the truth has to come out to correct our misperceptions about the world that we have been living in, but have not perceived it correctly before we can move to a higher level of understanding. And then from there, we will eventually move into a Renaissance period.
So many of our systems will collapse under their own weight. The old systems. These systems were born out of the last cycle, which we are leaving now, which is ending. Most are corrupt, which we have found out. This has to happen. New systems of doing business and of the world will evolve.
And you know, we see part of the truth that's being leaked out today is all the corruption that is in all these systems. So as far as Elon Musk and what they're doing with Doge, we were told this has to play out. It is important to play out. Whatever people think of it, we have to go through it regardless.
Yeah.
And
So
so
don't
this
resist
is-
these changes.
yeah.
These changes have to happen in order for humanity to move forward.
Mhm.
If you resist, then you will not be included.
So these new systems will evolve out of a more conscientious mindset, and that will be aligned to the new vibration coming forward.
So I hope you understand what we're trying to tell you here. This is so important
Mhm.
because in the midst of what you watch on the news, the orbital changes of the planets, the changes of everything, you have to accept these changes in order to move forward.
And let's not forget that with all these changes, there's a lot of fear involved. There's a lot of fighting that will keep amping up because people are reacting out of fear, but they're also reacting based on their misperceptions. So all of the mistruths, the lies, the brainwashing on a mass scale that has occurred is going to cause people to not believe the truth that's coming out now. And it will cause people to be at odds with each other because they hold different perceptions of what is happening and what the truth is.
Yeah, because we have been told over and over that the past has been lied to us.
And so we have been told, and we've put a video out about that there is this energy coming in that's uniting all fields. It will eventually solidify unity within the human race, but not until we get through these rocky times. So hang on.
Yeah.
We're in for a wild ride.
Yeah.
And what we recommend is that you use meditation to be able to calm
Or
yourself
just calm
within.
yourself any way that you can. Meditation and just
Take a
calm
hot
yourself.
bath,
Stop and think before you
react.
react and say something
Mhm.
that will come back and cause you harm. So try to create a new surrounding for yourself.
And
It's going to be exciting.
one thing that just came to mind is that with unity, in order to get to unity, you just can't talk about unity. You have to have a plan and steps that you work together on to bring everyone together for a common goal. So to achieve a certain goal, you can't just say, this is what we want to achieve, but you've got to have a plan set forth with all the steps in succession of how to achieve that goal.
Try to follow it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And do what you can to avoid a fight.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for being with us. We hope that you continue your journey, self research.
Do your own research,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
There's a lot of just information out there and it's real hard to tell what the
Just
truth
don't
is.
take the information that you hear. Do your own research.
So we hope that this helps. We're headed for a renaissance. We're headed for unity. We're headed for a reconnection with our star brothers and sisters. They are arriving. They're going to be helping us. They may not be accessible to the whole population. We don't know yet.
So if this happens, don't be fearful.
So, but we have a lot of exciting things to look forward to. So hang on. Here we go. Take care and have a great day, and always peace be with you on your journey to enlightenment. Take care.